Beautiful Dr. Norton Baker Stadium. Good evening, folks. Tonight we have a quality district matchup between the Boone Braves and the Timber Creek Wolves. As always in the booth, I am Parker Fluke, joined with Keegan Elkins. We're glad to have you here tonight. And you are just on time for some district action tonight. Game time officially at 7. We might be starting a little later than that, but we'll keep you updated on that. Captains joining at midfield for the Braves, number 3 Jackson Agnostis, CJ Reeves, Devontae Booker, and Jay Sweigheimer, senior leaders of this team, and about to get the coin flip underway here, and this one is about to get started. Weather conditions not glorious tonight. Have had a little drizzling before the game, so obviously for us that might mean a little technical difficulty. We might have to jump off the air for a little bit, but we'll keep you updated on that as that happens. Both teams still awaiting to come out onto the field. Home team, boys in orange, the Boone Braves, and the men in white, Timber Creek Wolves. Boone coming off a huge district win, their first district game of the season on Monday against University at University. In case you missed that, make sure to go to YouTube, check out Boone Pubs Live. We were there to cover that game. The Braves shut out the Cougars in dominating fashion, winning 47-0. So that brings them to 4-1 on the season and 1-0 in district play. Their first home district match against the Wolves tonight, and also their first Friday night home match, as they played the Freedom Patriots last Thursday night for their first home game. And now they get to test those Friday night lights, and there's those Braves. And there they are. Leading the pack, number 75, Naquan Baker. He had himself one heck of a night this Monday. He had 2 pick sixes, turning those interceptions for touchdowns. And he's looking to continue that success here at Norton Baker. Both of those pick sixes not actually caught by Q Baker. They were tipped to the line of scrimmage by Jay Sweigheimer, another defensive threat on this Braves team. And Baker managed to come up with both of them and take them back for 6 points. So the Braves going to kick off to begin this game. And we are just about ready to roll. Placing the ball on the tee, number 32, Jonathan DeLuca. This year he has a season long of 47 yards on the field goal. But I am sure that he can kick up far longer than that, as he's got a lot of power in that leg. Student section at Norton Baker getting loud, and the kick is off, and we are underway. That one way back for a touchback. And the Wolves will start from their own 20. Talked about some success from the Braves, most notably 47-0 victory. But here's a look at how the Braves have fared so far this season. Their only loss coming against a tough Apopka Blue Darters team. They played them close, though, only losing 21-11. That was a tough match, though, especially on the road. But since then, they have been on a roll, winning 39-0 against Freedom and 47-0 against University. They're looking to continue that here tonight. So Timber Creek running back, taking it to the left and getting swallowed up in the backfield for a big loss. So that brings up about a 2nd and 15 here for the Wolves. Another hand up, this time up the middle. And he gained back the yards he lost on that first down play and then some, gaining about a 7-yard carry on the play. So 3rd down and 8 upcoming here for the Wolves. This time quarterback's going to keep it to the left, but he's going to carry the pack, but nothing doing there. That's about a 2-yard gain, not enough for the first down. And that's going to be a 3 and out for the Wolves to open up this game. Keegan, the Boone defense looking strong. What do you think?
I believe that that's what they wanted on the first drive. I mean, that's what we've seen in the previous 2 games between University and Freedom, some strong defense. So let's see if we can keep it up tonight.
For sure. Like you said, Freedom and University, Braves shutting out both those teams. Punt is up, almost blocked. Coming up to take it is Jack Dixon. He's going to juke out a couple of defenders, bring the ball to Timber Creek territory. That's some good field position to start their first drive. They are on the Wolves' 48-yard line. So coming on to the field, that Boone offense, and we've been talking a lot about their defense, but their offense is a huge part of their game. Got a lot of versatility at the running back position, and they've been using it past 2 games. Freedom and University, they've really tore them up on the ground. A little anxiousness on the offensive line. They're going to start their drive off with a 5-yard false start penalty. So talking about that versatility at running back, their leading rusher, Dayon Creel, had himself one heck of a season last year, and that was at the RB2 position. He ran for 461 yards, averaged 7.68 yards per carry, and he's just a real beast on the ground. So 1st and 15 here for the Braves. And they're going to give it to Creel up the middle. About a gain of 5 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 10. Christian Roberts coming in motion. He's going to get the pitch to the left, and he finds a seam and darts for about 6 yards on that carry. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. So the 4 running backs to take note of here tonight. That's right, 4. Obviously, Dayon Creel, he's their most orthodox option, that ground and pound sort of running back. They also have Christian and Aaron Roberts, both brothers and both running backs on this team. They're the more small, quick type, really agile on their feet, and they can act as running back and wide receiver on this team. And then there's number 7, Owen Connell, and there's really no way to describe him. He's an all-around offensive player. He plays quarterback, wide receiver, and running back. Wherever they need him, he'll play. And he gets a lot of looks at running back as well as wide receiver. He scored touchdowns from both categories. So an offsides penalty there on the Wolves. That's crucial as it gets the Braves their first down of the game. Owen Connell in motion. Another flag on the play. Maybe some nerves here early on. They're going to lose that 5 yards right as quickly as they gained it. So that's a false start on the Braves again. So 1st and 15 here. Jackson Agnostis operating out of the shotgun. And they fake the pitch to the right, hand it off to Christian Roberts. He's got a seam. He's got plenty of grass, and he's gone. Touchdown, Christian Roberts. And that's a 43-yard carry for a TD, and the Braves score. And boy, they draw that one up to perfection. You see them call that play a lot. They fake the pitch to the right and hand it off to the left. And that time, it could not have gone smoother. Jonathan DeLuca with the PAT. That one is good. So the Braves with an early lead here, up 7-0 on that 43-yard carry. And this Braves offense is unlike anything you have seen before, unlike anything they have seen before. Very untraditional and unusual. Last year, they operated mainly under quarterback Thomas Bursey and just use that traditional quarterback, running back, share the ball sort of approach. This year, they're a very majorly running team. They're going to use those 4 running backs as much as they can and give the ball to Agnostis when those running backs don't get the job done. But let's not forget to mention Jackson Agnostis, as he's also a major threat on the ground as well. They're going to run that read option, speed option a lot during this game, where Agnostis can decide whether to keep it or not and dish it out to his running backs. That kick's going to take a lot of bounces. Timber Creek forced to return it. They're going to drag him down about where he'd be if that ball had gone for a touchback. They're going to start at the 20-yard line. And Dayon Creel entering this year as the lead running back on the depth chart, but I'd argue that Christian Roberts is having a better year at running back. He's really been tearing it up on the ground this year. So the Wolves going to try to hand it off to the left. Really nothing doing there, and he's gets swallowed up again. That's about a 10-yard loss. Surprised the referees didn't call that one sooner for forward progress. So early on, you can see the Boone offense and Boone defense really making use of their opportunities, shutting down this Timber Creek team. So now Timber Creek on 2nd and 20 after that long loss on the ground. Quarterback's going to keep it. He gets wrapped up by number 43, Caleb Francis, on the left side. That's about a gain of 3, bringing up 3rd and 17. All runs here so far for the Wolves. And this might be a nice opportunity for them to start passing the ball on 3rd and long. So they will pass it, but again, not successful as number 9, Chase Wegheimer, in on that sack. Alex Chihuili also teaming up for that one as well, and that brings on the punt team, Timber Creek, with their second straight 3 and out. That ball skipped. Oh boy, he did a nice job of getting that one off, and I don't know why Dixon called for the fair catch there. He had plenty of green grass in front of him. He'll just decide to start at the Wolves' 48-yard line. So the Wolves really lucky to get out of that with what they did. Nice punt and no return. So during the break, we will show you the current standings in the Braves district. And things are looking pretty good for them. They are second, only behind Winter Park, who's had a stellar season so far, 7-0. And those numbers in the brackets, those are delegated point averages from the Florida High School Sports Association. That's the way they are going to decide playoff rankings this year, and we'll get to that more later. So Dayon Creel carrying to the left for about 8 yards on that one. Gonna grab 2nd and 2. So again, the Braves starting in Wolves territory. That's definitely been a point of emphasis that they've had covered. Dayon Creel, the lone back. Owen Connell coming in motion. They're going to hand it off to Creel. Almost enough for a first down. Let's see if they move the chains.
Not quite. 3rd and 1.
Yep. Very close 3rd down. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it back to Creel and let him grind out those short yards. Also
wouldn't be surprised if they went on 2. That's one of Jackson's key things to call them off with that hard count.
For sure. They're just going to decide to go with the QB sneak.
That's the Tom Brady special.
Sure is, and Agnostis executed it to perfection, gaining the first down. So 1st and 10 for the Braves on the Timber Creek 36. They are moving again here on their second offensive drive. So the thing about this Braves offense that's so special is they can really take their time and grind you down as a defense, but they can also put out those really big explosive plays. And you can see both of those instances from their running game. Again, though, wouldn't be surprised to see a pass. That's definitely not outside of their artillery. Jackson Agnoxis has a real cannon. He's got some wide receivers to look for, too.
Another offsides on Boone. I believe that's 3rd one in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, that offensive line a little jumpy. Braves had a lot of seniors leave last year at the offensive line position, most notably Cody Casper. So this O-line is pretty young, but they've definitely held their own so far this season. So a nice 7-yard gain there for Dayon Creel. That'll make this 2nd down more manageable, about a 2nd and 8. Another handoff to Creel.
Ball popped out. and Jackson
Looks
gets
like
on top of
Agnostis
it.
fell on top of that one. Very lucky for the Braves. That could have been tragic ending there. Smooth offensive drive.
That's something we need to watch out though for tonight with the field being so wet due to the rain before the game. Players are going to be slipping everywhere and the ball's going to be popping out.
Especially this new turf surface. Again, only the Braves' second time playing on their new field. And we already saw last week Dayon Creel slipping and sliding a lot on this new ground. So 3rd and 5 here for the Braves. You can see Agnostis trying to call that defense off in the hard count. They're going to go with the speed option. Agnostis going to keep it.
3 flags all in the same area.
That could be good or bad for the Braves. Let's see what they call. Definitely not enough on the run, though, for the first down. Several Timber Creek players gesturing penalty on the Braves, and that offense is already moving back. This one looks like might not be good.
Holding.
They call hold on the Braves. That one is accepted. Probably because they know Jonathan DeLuca could almost definitely nail a field goal from there. This one puts them out of field goal range with a 3rd and long. Puts them out of comfortable field goal range. I mean, we haven't seen DeLuca try from the 41-yard line, so I guess we can't 100% say that he'd miss it. So Agnostis rolling right in the first pass of the game. He's got Aaron Roberts on the side. That one gets him a little closer to DeLuca's range.
And I think that's what they wanted right there. They wanted to pick up the first, but if they couldn't, they were just trying to get in range for DeLuca to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, especially from about 18 yards out. So 4th down and 8 for the Braves. And they're bringing DeLuca out. He's going to try this one. Looks to be about a 44, 45-yard kick.
But this is from the right hash. Now that is scary because it's not completely centered. Cash.
And that one is good. You've seen DeLuca do it before, and you've seen him do it again. 45-yard field goal kick is good from DeLuca. Braves up 10-0.
And as funny as it sounds, he's another scary weapon that they have. I mean, if they can't punch it in, he has a leg.
Yeah, it definitely gives them a sense of security. Once they get inside that 35, 40-yard, they know that on 4th down,
they call 32, and it's going in.
I believe they're going to say it's a 51-yard field goal, folks. That is impressive.
Range.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching NFL football. Green Bay Packers kicker Mason Crosby, he couldn't hit it from 30, so DeLuca definitely someone to watch out for. Ball touchback. Wolves starting again from their own 20. So Braves, they've started with average of 45 on the Timber Creek side. That's about their average field position to start. Wolves have started from their own 20 each of their 3 offensive drives. So obviously that working in favor of the Braves, and they've cashed in for points on both of their drives. So here's Timber Creek for their 3rd drive. Another handoff to the left. He's got an opening. Nice tackle there by, who was that, Keegan? That might have been number 27, Alex Chiwili on the tackle. Shook off his blocker and was able to stop him before he gained even more. So that's 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5 for the Wolves. So just to reiterate, weather conditions still a little dangerous here. We got some big clouds over top of us and people starting to get out their umbrellas. So just in the case that it does start to rain, we might have to go off air, but we will keep you updated as that continues. So no gain there on the run up the middle for the Wolves. That'll bring up a 3rd and 5. So for their 3rd straight drive, the Wolves haven't been able to convert a first down on their first 2 plays. So let's see if they can convert for the first time on 3rd and down here. Bobbled snap there, and he's not able to get that one out in time, or at least accurate enough as he gets drilled in the backfield by Chihuili. Nice job there to break through the O-line and pressure him early.
Now, mistake me if I'm wrong. Has Timber Creek passed the 30 yet?
They haven't. It's been a real slow start on offense for them. 0 for 3 on 3rd down conversions and 0 for 3 on gaining first downs on offense. So that punt up, and that one's real short. And that one's touched at about the 50-yard line. And they'll start at midfield. Great field position again for the Braves. They have not had to complain about the way things have started on offense.
And I think that helps a lot. The defense pushes them back. They punt it to the 50. And then within 2 plays, they're already in DeLuca's range, and they can do more work.
Got that right, Keegan.
Dayon Krill on the carry, but gets swallowed up in the backfield for, looks like a loss of 2.
Yeah, and what have you thought about Dayon Krill so far in this game, Keegan? He's popped off a couple short gains, but really nothing much so far to talk about.
I mean, Dayon is just a bulldozer. He's that 1 or 2 yard punch that you're going to need, but don't underestimate him because once he gets outside, he can turn on those wheels and he might be gone.
Yeah, that's a good point. Christian Roberts probably their more explosive action from the halfback position, but like you said, Dayon Krill, he's able to get those tough yards, use his figure to really power through the defense. So that's the end of the first quarter. Braves leading 10-0 at home. Their first Friday night game. There's a scoreboard, and rain's starting to come down. That's certainly not good for us. We'll try to hang in here as long as possible. We definitely don't want to miss this action. It's a big district game, and we love being here with you guys.
Now this is where things get fun.
Maybe for the football team, but up here in the booth, it's
not so
much.
Scary. Chilly. Wowzers. It is coming down out here. Oh, Christian Roberts.
Wouldn't you
Big
know it?
gain.
Oh, we were setting up here for some rainy weather. Christian Roberts was having fun in the slop down there, and he got himself a 40-yard carry, 45-yard carry for bringing the Braves into the red zone. And excuse me, that wasn't a carry. That was a pass from Jackson Agnosis. They're going to hand it off to Christian Roberts on the left. He's going to get swallowed up for a 5-yard loss. Timber Creek defense keen to Roberts on that one after the big gain.
And like you said, this is the first year Boone has really played with this multi-back, different tempo type of play. I mean, I've always watched Boone football, and they were more slow pace, get a big guy in the backfield, and just run the whole game. This, you can see that the receivers are coming out of the backfield. They've got Dayon. They've got multiple people that can carry the ball.
So they're going to go to Owen Connell on that one, not able to connect.
That was close to being picked off.
Yeah, dangerous pass there by Agnostis.
He didn't have too bad of a stat line last game. I think 2 for 3, but 2 completions for 2 touchdowns on a kind of sorry University secondary. And we're coming out for 3rd and goal from the 16-yard line. I don't think this is what the Braves wanted. But if all else fails, they can put DeLuca out there.
So 3rd and
Slip
long.
screen.
That's down Creel. He gets upended at the 10-yard line.
Acrobat Hall of Fame. And he was kind of slow getting off, hauling his knee.
So after bringing the ball within the goal line, they only moved backwards there. Dan Creel not gaining enough yardage to meet the
needs of a touchdown.
Yeah, and they're going to bring out DeLuca for the second time. So we said DeLuca hit a 51-yarder. This is just a chip shot. And that one good. Cash money. He is 2 for 2 on the night. The Braves lead here 13-0 early in the second quarter. So the rain's slowing down a little bit. We are glad to see that, and I think we'll be here for a while.
And I think DeLuca has been nothing but perfect this season. Maybe one miss, but not really that I can remember.
Yeah, he's definitely a safe bet for the Braves, especially from that range they just kicked from.
I say if it's within the 20, no, scratch that, within the 30, the ball is going through the upright.
We'll keep saying that until he proves us wrong, won't we?
That's
so
true.
10:31 left in the second quarter. DeLuca about to kick it off to the Timber Creek Wolves, who still have not gotten a first down.
We're past the 30 at least.
Yeah. Very slow first quarter. They'll hope to turn around here in the second. Timber Creek return man stopped at the 23.
Looks like a return about 20 after a bouncy DeLuca kick.
Like we were saying, Timber Creek offense has been slow, but their defense has, all things considered, picked them up a little bit. This Braves team has really been quick on offense, and they're lucky to only give up 13 points right now. That's definitely a manageable lead. They can really put a scratch in that with a nice offensive drive, and 2 field goals from DeLuca after some promising drives is nothing to be upset about for the Timber Creek defense. So here we go on first down. Wolf's going to hand it off to the left. And
looks like they may have got past the 30.
He ran a lot of east to west, not a lot of north to south. That's about 3 yards on the carry.
Never mind. And as we've seen tonight from both sides, not a lot of passing, and I think that's the game plan going in, because you don't really want to throw that wet ball. You have the chance of it slipping out of the receiver's hands or even slipping out of the quarterback's hands off the snap.
Yeah, and even more than that, before the rain even started, you could see that both teams were running the ball heavily. I think that's just their game plan. We know for sure that's what the Braves like to do on offense, and as we've seen through the first quarter, Timber Creek really trying to get it started here on the ground, not being able to do much.
Facing a 3rd and 2. And he just gets past. That's first down from Timber Creek, but we did see some Mortal Kombat type of play on the other side of the field. Number 4 swinging on Bruno. Not sure why a penalty was not called. And it looks like Timber Creek's picking up some momentum. So now 1st and 10. Another run up the gut, and it's a tribe of Braves on the tackle. So we're facing a 2nd and 11 after a group of Braves came in there and swallowed them up. Pass attempt and right through the hands of the receiver. So they'll be facing a 3rd and 11.
So Timber Creek with a little bit more offensive success on this drive, but they got a big 3rd and long coming up. Let's see what they can do here. They're going to pass it, play action, a lot of pressure there. And that's a big team sack for the Braves. And on that one, number 43, Caleb Francis, and number 10, Devontae Booker, among others. But huge play from the Braves defense, forcing another punt from the Wolves.
And I think that's exactly what they wanted. They were starting to get some momentum, and the Braves defense was just like, yeet, not here.
They shut that one down in a hurry. Great job by the Braves penetration.
And this is the first time, I believe, that Jack has started on the other side, but he looks like he's turning this around.
He's got a lot of room. He's got the punter to beat.
Spin cycle.
And he beats the punter, but
we got a flag back here on the Braves 40.
Oh, and you'd hate to see that one called back, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
That was a lot of video game type of moves right there. He was,
man, you hate to see that happen.
Great return, though. Juking and spinning and jumping.
And that's similar to what happened against the Apopka Blue Darters. Jack Dixon had a 75-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, not on the punt, on the kickoff. But it was called back for a block in the back.
And I believe that's just what happened here.
So it looked like the Braves were going to start on the Timber Creek 35. Great field position, but instead they'll start on their own 30. Big difference there. Braves with their worst field position to start of the game so far, but
I don't think that scares them one bit.
Yeah, it sure doesn't. They're up 13-0, and let's see what they can do here. Dan Creel with the run. He's got some open space, and he's got 5 yards on the carry. So if you are just joining us, Braves striking early just 3 minutes into the game on a 43-yard Christian Roberts touchdown run. And since then, it's been the leg of Jonathan DeLuca that's kept them up. One field goal from 51 yards and one from about 30. And they now lead 13-0. On the defensive side, Braves really shutting them down also. Timber Creek not getting past midfield yet on offense.
Another Dayon Krill carry. And you can see the different pace that they use in the game. I mean, when they give Dayon the ball, they're trying to go for the more moderate, just kind of grind out, waste the time. But once that ball gets in Christian Roberts' hands, it's off to the races. That's another QB sneak.
And another first down for the Braves. Haven't seen that play before tonight, but we've already seen it twice on 3rd and short. Jackson Agnostic doing a good job to follow his lineman and dive in for short first down conversion. So a timeout called here. Braves with first down on their own 41.
I think the QB sneak's the oldest trick in the book. You need 1 yard, so just kind of fall down over that first down marker.
So during this timeout, I'm going to flash that standings graphic up on the board real quick. Got to see it earlier, but looking at more in depth, Winter Park leading the AA3 district, the 7-0 record. They're still unbeaten. And those numbers in parentheses you see, that's the Florida High School Athletic Association. That's a point average they use to seed the playoff teams. So obviously Winter Park with the dominant lead in this district. Timber Creek just behind the Braves, but a win tonight for the Braves would be huge in this playoff picture, as they only need a win tonight and against Winter Park next week to cinch their district. Obviously that game next week might be a little tougher, as that Wildcats team is not one to be trifled with, I'll tell you that much. But that'll be a great one, and we'll be there too. That's an away game against the Wildcats, and we're excited to show that one to you.
I believe that's the last road game of the season, right?
Sure is, and they got a district match against Colonial at home, as well as the annual Battle of the Barrel.
Got Timber Creek down on the play.
And also number 8, Aaron Roberts, walking a little uneasily off the field. Athletic trainer's going to check him out on the sidelines.
And see, that's not good for Boone, because Aaron's like their secret weapon.
They use him a lot at the wide receiver position. So that Timber Creek player getting off with his own ability, that's good to see. Number 31.
Alright, go back to the players. 5:43 left in the second quarter, and Braves up 13-0.
2nd and 12 here. Owen Connell in motion. Jackson Agnostic's just going to tuck and run, but he gets nothing on that play. He's actually going to be dragged down for a 1-yard loss. I'll bring up a 3rd down and long.
And we normally see success out of that play, but I think Timber Creek their defense coordinator said watch out for that. They will pull that out.
Yeah, they're starting to wise up.
And I think they've ran that 3 times tonight, and I think they've all been for probably no yards or negative yards. I ain't seen nothing really break off that play.
And it'd be a good call to for the Braves to maybe pass it here. They haven't really used R.J. Woodall at all yet tonight. It's a big weapon at wide receiver.
Ooh.
A little confusion in the backfield. They will pass it. No, Jackson Agnos's going to tuck and run.
Ooh. That's a highlight play right there.
It's a highlight play in the open field, but wasn't really a smart read from Agnostis as he's well short of the line to gain.
This is the first time the punting units came out in, I think, 2 games. I don't remember seeing them versus University, and I'm pretty sure they didn't come out versus Freedom.
Yeah, Aaron Holton, he hasn't been really busy these past couple of games, but I'm sure he has no problem with that, as that means Braves are certainly doing something right. Snap is good. That ball almost blocked. That was real close. But a nice punt there.
Scooped up at the 25.
That one pinning the Wolves back at their own 25, where they will start on offense.
And there's 3:55 left on the clock, and I think Timber Creek kind of needs to score to not put this game out of reach, because even though we just saw the Braves punt, they do get the ball coming back from half, and they're going to be rejuvenated.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't say a no score on this drive would put this game out of reach, but it certainly would dampen their spirits going into halftime. A score at anything, really, even 3 points, would give the Wolves some momentum going into halftime, and maybe put some worry in the heads of those Braves, as so far they really haven't had anything to be scared about from this Wolves offense.
So 2nd and 11. Jet sweep.
Nothing doing there. Devontae Booker is excited about that one, as he made a great play in the backfield.
That's going to take a loss of 3, so coming up on a 3rd and 14.
So with 3 minutes here still remaining in the second quarter, Andy Johnson's probably on the sideline starting to think about maybe using one of his timeouts here.
And I believe they have all 3 left, so if they kind of get that ball back, they can work the clock by getting out of bounds or use timeouts. And remember, we saw DeLuca hit that 54-yarder.
I think it was 51.
51-yarder, against Freedom before the half on that free kick. So I wouldn't be shocked to see that again here. Oh!
They're going to go with the flea flicker.
And that's picked off.
That ball's picked off. Wesley Huddleston.
And they were not fooled at all by that, with the quarterback / running back throwing into double coverage.
Yeah, great job on defense. I believe that was Wesley Huddleston had the interception, but I think Jack Dixon was in coverage there as well, so they had 2 men on that receiver, so obviously they weren't fooled by that one at all. So Braves starting on their own 40 after the turnover, and they got 2:20 left to play here, and Jonathan DeLuca probably getting warm on the sidelines. He might have his 3rd field goal of the game coming up. Christian Roberts in motion.
A little confusion.
Fake it to him. Nothing going there for Owen Connell, though.
That's a scary loss of 7. They might go in forward progress, though, so that's a loss of 3. So we're going with 2nd and 13, and the clock is still running.
Yeah, and I'll be interested to see how this one plays out, because last week against Freedom, Andy Johnson certainly wasn't content to sit on a big lead he had with 2 minutes left to go in the half. He sent out Jonathan DeLuca, like you said, and DeLuca nailed a big field goal. So Dayon Creel, he's still moving, and he's got a 10-yard gain on the slip screen pass. I'm sure it looked a lot more than 10 as he covered a lot of yardage going left to right. They're going to call a timeout here with 1:28 left in the half.
And I think about 20, 25 more yards could put them in DeLuca range. That's a comfortable field goal.
Yeah, and 16-0 is a lot better than 13-0. That means that's a 3-possession lead for the Braves. Right now, it'd take 2 for the Wolves to be on top. And just a reminder, at halftime, we will stay with you as we have homecoming court presentations. Obviously, that was supposed to be last week, but due to some weather complications, that's been postponed. And we are excited to present that to you guys. So Braves starting here, 3rd and 5 now at their own 46. And Agnosis
drawing him
off. Offsides on the hard count. Smart job there by Agnosis. We've seen him do that many a time, and he executes to perfection here, and that'll take them for the first down and into Timber Creek territory.
That's a free 5, and no time came off the clock. I think that's exactly how they wanted that to play out.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Johnson very pleased on the sidelines. So the home crowd chanting, "We want Winter Park" here. Braves only up 13-0, so I wouldn't get too cocky yet, but Dayon Creel fumbling the slip screen pass on the left. I'd say rather bobbling. That was not a fumble, but 2nd and 10 oncoming for the Braves.
I think he got a little too comfortable and tried going for the Odell, as these youngins call it.
Yeah, and it's easy for a player like that to start thinking about where he's going to run before he actually catches the ball, and that might have been what happened too. Thinking about the big guy that's about to hit him. Sure ain't easy. 2nd and 10, they're play action, fake to Creel. Number 11, Gene Noble open, and he drops it.
Had it, but knocked out of his hands.
He was open, and that pass was right on line. Noble probably would have scored on that one.
That was a good play from the Timber Creek secondary. They got burnt, but they recovered very well.
The coverage was tight, but Ignacius threw that one perfectly where Noble could have caught it and dragged those defenders past the goal line for a touchdown. Not to be, though. Noble drops that one, and Braves will face a 3rd and long here.
So we're facing 3rd and 10 with a minute left on the 50. And I think the Braves need to pick this up to put them in DeLuca range.
They're going to hand it off to Roberts. He's got the first down. Look at that fast man go.
They need to get to the line. Hurry. Spike it.
Yeah, Agnostic calling for the spike. They might be limited on timeouts. 52 seconds remaining in the first half. And
there we
he's
go.
going to spike this one. Stopping the clock at 48. So like you said, Keegan, Braves pretty close to field goal range here. This is about where DeLuca hit it last week against Freedom.
And I don't think they're scared to put him out there. I mean, they've seen him do it in the game, and I've seen him at practice a couple of times hitting him from the logo. So I think they're very confident in him.
Yeah, for the Braves offense, I'd make sure they don't lose yards here.
Yeah, they still need to make it a comfortable kick.
He has to be very careful not to get wrapped up in the backfield for a sack or loss of yards on a carry, anything like that. Nice gain on the pass. That's RJ Woodall's first catch of the game.
So we got a Braves timeout, I think, with 35 seconds. And I think they wanted a little bit more out of that screen, but I think he was tripped up. He looked like he had nothing but air and opportunity to score there. But again, this wet turf just kicking in.
So they're going to say that's a gain of 5, bring the Braves to the Timber Creek 34 with 34 seconds left to go in the game.
We've got a 3rd and 4 on the 34 with 34 seconds remaining.
That's some quick stats provided to you by Keegan Elkins. So the offense coming out on the field after the timeout. They only have 1 remaining here. And I'm curious to see whether they'll try to center this one on 3rd down or go for the conversion. I'd say they're going to go for it because they still have 34 seconds left.
Oh!
Christian Roberts, he bobbles that one, and that is not good for the Braves. That's a loss of 10. That is exactly what they didn't want to do. Clock's still running.
It's still going. I think they're just going to try to run this one out. I don't believe it's smart to go for another play. They're down to 10
seconds and counting.
Yeah, they're running this one out. So the Braves will be going into half 13-0. They are winning. And it looks like
discouraging end of the first half of the Braves. They won that field goal, but
oh, timeout maybe 2.1 seconds. Wow.
They might go for a miracle Hail Mary from the 45-yard line. So that's what I'm saying. Coach Johnson, he doesn't feel safe with a 13-0 lead. He just wants to keep the momentum going and put some more points up for the Braves.
I see the offense coming back out. I am not seeing number 32, DeLuca,
coming
out to kick.
That's not really surprising. From the 45-yard line, that would be a very long kick. I don't even know if he can hit those in practice. So I think they're just going to sky this one out.
So they're playing man 3 deep, as they call it on Madden. That's what I know it as. Means basically just protect the goal line, but it'd be kind of cool to see a Hail Mary right here at the end.
Jackson Agnostis rolling right. Last play of the first half.
And they'll just run it out.
Yep, I'm sure he was told to look for a man deep, and if there was nothing there, just be safe and not make a mistake. So Braves going into halftime with a 13-0 lead in their second district matchup of this season, their first home district matchup, and we're just about to get started with homecoming court presentation here on Friday night. And so we're going to stay live here, but Keegan and I are going to sign out for about 10 minutes. We're going to let the PA announcer take it from here as homecoming court presentations are just about underway. We'll be back, though, shortly. And enjoy this, folks. See you soon.
Another festivity during homecoming week was the kickball game, sponsored by the sophomore class. In this kickball game, classes play against classes in the first game. This junior class beat the freshman class, and in the second game, the junior class beat the sophomore class. The junior class went on to defeat the senior class. Congrats, juniors! On Wednesday, Boone held its annual Braves Brawl, which was sponsored by the cheerleaders and the senior class. During Braves Brawl, school clubs and teams performed skits inspired by this year's theme, Boone Shella. Varsity's cheer skit won second place, and senior class's skit won first place. Congrats to the senior class. Following the skits, we had our bonfire, which was a huge success.
Earlier this week, many clubs and sports teams displayed their floats in the homecoming parade, sponsored by the senior class. The floats were judged, and the results are as follows. Third place was awarded to Young Republicans. Second place was awarded to junior class, and this year's winner of the homecoming float competition is Bravettes. We would like to thank all of our SGA sponsors here at Boone, as well as the students' digital design classes for designing our homecoming buttons. We would also like to thank Party Plus and Colonial Florist, and a special thank you to Men's Warehouse for donating the tuxes that the gentlemen are wearing tonight.
Accompanying the presentation of this year's homecoming court is the Navy Junior ROTC Honor Guard, commanded by Drake Hines. Complementing our tribute is the Sound of the Braves, directed by Mr. Jackson, Mr. Cook, and Mr. Logan, along with the drum majors, Ben Howard Harris, and Aaron Jackla. You'll be able to hear more of them from our award-winning Sound of the Braves following tonight's game. Now we take this opportunity to introduce to you last year's homecoming queen, Miss Cardinal Hastings. Cardinal will be crowning this year's queen, and Mr. Johns will be crowning this year's homecoming king during this evening's halftime coronation ceremony.
Representing the class of 2021, our freshman class homecoming court members are Mr. Jack Beamer, escorting Miss Isabella Cortino. Jack's parents are Kevin and Karen Beamer. Jack is on the Boone lacrosse team. Jack enjoys volunteering and playing sports in his free time. Jack's plans on getting a degree in engineering. Isabella's parents are Drusilla de Silva and Miguel Aguilera. Isabella is a flyer on the freshman cheer team. Isabella plans on entering the medical field after college and becoming a nurse. Also representing the freshman class of 2021 is Mr. Christian Duchesne, escorting Miss Lillian Harris. Christian's parents are Brian and Dina Duchesne. Christian is on Boone's football team. Outside of school, Christian trains for football and attends church activities. Lillian's parents are Chip and Dawn Allen. Lillian is freshman class treasurer, a member of the Lady Braves golf team, FCA, and member of Young Republicans Club. Lillian plays on the South Orlando soccer team and attends First Presbyterian Church of Orlando. Lillian's plans to play either golf or soccer in college. Next, representing the class of 2020, our sophomore class homecoming court members are Mr. Freddie Pina, escorting Miss Madeline Morales. Freddie's mother is Wendy Louise. Freddie is on the JV volleyball team and is a member of Best Buddies. In his free time, he enjoys biking. Freddie plans to attend college and pursue a degree in architecture. Madeline's parents are Jesus and Kelly Morales. Madeline played on the freshman volleyball team and is on the Lady Braves varsity basketball team for her second year. She is the Spanish club secretary, the sophomore class treasurer, and a member of Key Club.
Also representing the sophomore class of 2020 is Mr. Bryce Williamson, escorting Miss Nevaeh People. Bryce's parents are Paul and Jessica Williamson. Bryce is in the Law Academy and is on the JV Braves basketball team. Bryce attends Discovery Church. He plans on getting a degree in pre-med from Auburn University
This will be Liam's third year on the varsity Braves volleyball team. Outside of school, he likes to hang out with friends and go to the beach. Liam plans on attending the University of Central Florida. Taylor's parents are Bill and Patty Wolfinger. This will be Taylor's third year on the Lady Braves soccer team and on the Lady Braves flag football team. She is part of the athletic training program. Taylor is intern at Logan Mons & Mons Law Firm, and she plans to attend college at Florida State University. Also representing the junior class of 2019 is Mr. Caleb Hogan, escorting Miss Madison McCoy. Caleb's parents are Brian and Christy Hogan. Caleb was on the Braves basketball team for the past 2 years, is a member of Bird Club, and is an FCA board member. Outside of Boone, Caleb serves on the Kids Dream team at Rethink Life Church. Caleb wants to get a degree in Christian ministry and become a student minister. Madison's parents are Stephen and Pam McCoy. Madison is the Bird Club secretary, a math club officer, and an officer for Alex's Lemonade Club. Madison is also an FCA board member and an active member of class council. Also representing the junior class of 2019 is Mr. Preston Toothman, escorting Miss Aoife Tobin. Preston's parents are John and Mary Jane Toothman. He's been on Boone's JV and varsity baseball teams. In his free time, he plays travel baseball for the Central Florida Seminoles and attends youth group at First United Methodist Church of Orlando. Preston's plans to study sports management and eventually become a general manager for a professional sports team. Aoife's parents are Tom and Kathy Tobin. Aoife has been the president of the class of 2019 for 3 years in a row. She is in the law magnet and is the quarterback on the Lady Braves flag football team. Aoife won the OCPS District Poetry Slam last year. She has also been the founder of 2 new clubs at Boone, Life Skills and Unspoken Books. Aoife plans to get her bachelor's at Woodall School and pursue a career in civil law and human rights.
Boone High School's homecoming king and queen. Boone senior class homecoming court. Our first senior class court members are Mr. Austin Coble, escorting Miss Austin has been on our Braves baseball team all 4 years and a member of Young Republicans, Always Wear Your Seatbelt Club, and Best Buds. Austin plans to get a degree in aerospace engineering. Abby's parents are Keith and Pam Hudson. Abby has been the student chairman of Kemosabe Closet for the past 4 years. She is the Always Wear Your Seatbelt Club treasurer this year. Abby has also been a Fellowship of Christian Athletes representative and on 2018 class council for all 4 years here on the reservation. Abby attends First Presbyterian Church in Orlando. After graduation, she plans on attending the University of Alabama. Our next senior court members are Mr. Reed Willett, escorting Miss Cassandra LaFontaine. Reed's parents are Jeff and Avery Willett. Reed is our student body president, FCA captain, and has run for the Braves cross country and track and field team for 4 years straight. Reed is a member of the Law Magnet as well as the Law Honor Society. He is also a member of Mu Alpha, Theta, and National Honor Society. Reed attends and volunteers at First Presbyterian Church of Orlando. Reed plans on attending either the University of Florida or the University of Virginia. Cassandra's parents are Kristen and Lynette LaPlante. Cassandra is part of the Law Magnet. She is part of a 4-year digital video production member, as well as being a member of Brave TV. Cassandra is also a member of Key Club. Outside of school, Cassandra interns at Zimmerman and Kessler, PA, and is the shift leader of Lowe's and Lee Vista. Cassandra plans to become a private practice lawyer after she gets her law degree.
next senior court members are Mr. Eric Torman escorting Miss Mia Murphy. Eric's parents are Phil and Ann Torman. Eric is our student body vice president. Eric has ran for Braves cross country team for all 4 years and track for 3 years. Eric is a member of FCA, Key Club, and the Nerds. He is also a member of Garden Club, Math Club, Mu Alpha Theta, National Honor Society, and Baking Braves. Outside of school, Eric volunteers at Discovery Church and enjoys traveling and being with friends. Eric plans on attending the University of Auburn to get a business marketing degree. Mia's parents are Todd and Og Murphy. Mia is a 4-year member of the Lady Braves tennis team. Mia is the Key Club president and elected chairman. Mia is a member of National Honor Society and also a member of the Brave TV crew. Mia plans on staying in-state for college. Our next senior court members are Mr. Raymond Tran escorting Miss Amy Undine. Raymond's mother is Ann Tran. Raymond is a 4-year member at the Health Academy in Hostess. Raymond interns at the Orlando Health Hospital. Raymond has been in Spanish Club for 3 years and in Spanish Honor Society for 2. He is a 4-year member of the Braves volleyball team. Raymond plans on majoring in nursing at the Florida State University and furthering his career by becoming a cardiothoracic surgeon. Amy's parents are Tony and Nacy Undine. Amy is a 4-year member of the Lady Braves lacrosse team. She is an officer for Glee Club, an active member in Best Studies, and is a member of the National Honor Society. Outside of school, Amy works for Project Rock, a national recruiting organization for high school baseball players. Amy attends Rethink Life Church and volunteers her time over the summer as a vacation Bible study leader. Amy plans on attending the University of Alabama to become a nurse practitioner. Our final senior court members are Mr. Justin Worst escorting Miss Kara Gentry. Justin's parents are Eric Worst and Elizabeth Duvengi. Justin is a member of Spanish Club as well as the co-president of Spanish Honor Society. He is the parliamentarian of Mu Alpha Theta, founder and president of the programming team, and a member of National Honor Society. Justin is also part of the Boone Civil Tech internship. Outside of school, Justin is currently working on becoming an Eagle Scout. After graduation, he plans to attend either MIT or Stanford to major in computer science or computer engineering. Kara's parents are Scott and Lori Gentry. Kara has been a 4-year member of the Lady Braves lacrosse team, as well as a 4-year member of FCA and an FCA captain this year. Kara is treasurer of Mu Alpha Theta and has been in Math Club since her freshman year. Kara is also a 2-year member of Boone Scouts Band. Kara is a student leader of First Presbyterian Church of Orlando. She plans to major in chemistry at the University of Florida and pursue a career in pharmaceutical research. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate William R. Boone High School's 2017 homecoming court. And now, Mr. Johns will crown Boone High School's 2017 homecoming king. And now, what we have all been waiting for. Last year's homecoming queen, Miss Cardinal Hastings, will crown Boone High School's 2017 homecoming queen.
And so there you have it. Austin Coble and Abby Hutzel, your homecoming king and queen. We are going to cut to a quick commercial break, but don't worry, we'll be back with second half action here from Norton Baker Field.
And we're back.
Just on time for the kickoff. Welcome back here to Norton Baker Stadium, folks. Braves playing the Timber Creek Wolves during their first Friday night home game and their second district matchup. They lead 13-0. Here in the booth, I am Parker Fluke,
Joined by Keegan Elkins.
We are glad to be with you here tonight. Braves starting with possession after kicking. Start out the game. And the story of the first half has been, I don't know, what has been the story of the first half? Yeah, I mean,
and DeLuca.
Braves have been up 13-0, but I mean, they haven't had the offense that we're accustomed to. Nice quarterback run there by Jackson Agnostis to start out that drive. Sorry, we will get up that scoreboard. So after the quarterback run by Jackson Agnostis, 1st and 10 at midfield. Agnostis going to keep it again. He's going to find the left side. Bit of an opening there, and he gained 6.
Nice block by Owen Connell, but he's coming off limping.
He's gonna come off here.
Number 19, Damian Roush, checking into the game.
So 2 runs by Agnostis to start out the game. Didn't see much from him on the ground during the first half, but already seeing a lot here within the first minute of the second. And Creel gets the ball for the first time of the second half. And he'll get first down yardage on that one. Surprised they didn't even call out the chain gang check on that one. I'm just going to say that's a first. Give the Braves the benefit of the doubt. Then Creel again. Nice gain there at 6 yards. He had a big hole. Braves are moving quickly here to start this second half. They're looking to put up 7 before the Wolves have time to take a breath, just like they did in the first half. Capitalizing on a 43-yard touchdown run from Christian Roberts, scoring the only touchdown of the game thus far. Like you said, Keegan, the rest, Jonathan DeLuca. Field goal from 51, another from 30. They're going to fake it twice, and Agnostic is going to decide to keep it, but he's wrapped up in the backfield for a loss of 3. So 3rd and 8. Let's see if the Braves can convert here to continue their offensive possession. They're going to throw the screen pass out to RJ Woodall on the left. Not enough for the first down though, as he's tackled at about the 31. I'm curious to see whether they bring out DeLuca, and they will. I don't think that's the kind of offensive possession they wanted to start this game though, Keegan. They wanted to come out quick. It's a nice tempo, and they stalled there on 3rd down, forcing DeLuca to come out and try his luck from about 40, 45 yards. And that one's short. Well, short of the goalpost is Jonathan DeLuca's kick, and that one's no good. So a shocker here.
Very unlikely would we have seen that. Nobody could have put any sort of betting money on that kick.
Yeah, DeLuca has a lot of power in his leg. You don't usually see him miss short. He can miss left or right from time to time, but like you said, rarely does he miss short
Straight
of the
up.
goalpost. So the Braves lead still 13-0 as the Wolves take over at their own 20. They got the Wildcat formation. Braves defense scrambling here. They didn't see any of that in the first half. Timber Creek trying something new. Number 5 with the hole on the right. He gets a first down and then some. And that's something the Braves didn't see at all, like I said, and they were not ready for that on the Timber Creek first play of their possession. So again, lining up in the Wildcat formation. He's going to take the right again, but he stumbles down before he can even get started, and that's a loss of 2. And we saw it in the first half, and we see it again here, that slippery turf surface coming into play here. Dan Creel had a little trouble gaining his balance in a couple of plays, and that time Timber Creek ball carrier stumbling for a loss rather, of 2. 2nd and 12 here for the Wolves. This time we'll take it to the left. Nothing doing there. So if you hadn't noticed, Braves featuring a bit of a unique jersey. As you see there, they got the names on the back of their jerseys. Or one Jacob Bruno, you can see right there. That's something new for the Braves. Got those freshly pressed, pretty nice look, and they're decked out in the all orange unis tonight. So 3rd and about 15 here for the Wolves. And that's a pass, but I think they're going to call a false start on the Wolves. And yep, that's a false start. That's going to set him back 5 yards. They'll now face a 3rd and 20.
So the first play out of the Wildcat, they got a pretty nice gain, starting some momentum, but the past 4 plays have been nothing but negative yardage for them.
Yeah, and they really struck a goal in that first play. They found an opening in that defense and decided to keep trying it, but after that first play where the Braves defense was caught off guard by that Wildcat formation, they really shut it down. So they'll try it again, run here to the right. Number 5's got a bit of a carry, about 6 yards, but definitely not enough for the first, and that'll bring on the punt team. So they convert on their first play, gain about 15 yards, but like you said, since then, lots of nothing, and they'll be forced to punt. Oh, that punt up. Did Dixon call a fair catch? Because he got decked. I don't think there's a flag on the play, so just going to call that one at the Braves 31-yard line. They get started, about to get started with their second offensive drive of the half. So just a little context on the matchup here. Timber Creek coming in 2-3 and 0-1 in their district. Braves number 12 in the Sentinel Super 16, the Orlando Sentinel rankings in the Central Florida area for high school football. They're 4-1 and 1-0 in their district after a huge win against University on Monday. And Timber Creek has won the past 7 times they've played the Braves. Last year, at home, Timber Creek won 30-20. That was a close game, but Braves falling short. And so the Braves are looking for a bit of history, winning for the first time in 8 years.
I think tonight's the night they reverse the curse.
It sure looks like it here. The Braves have been dominating all game. Scoreboard doesn't really show it though, as they haven't really been able to execute since the first quarter on offense. So Agnostis shaking off some defenders, only a gain of 2 though, after some impressive moves.
I think he's got a little bit of confidence. I mean, the first half, he had 3 carries for probably negative yards on that read option, but we've already seen it 4 times in this single quarter, and it's been nothing but positive for him.
Yeah, and that looks like something the coaches wanted to emphasize going into the second half is, like you said, he's already out-carried his workload in the first half. 7 minutes into the third quarter, so he's getting a lot of opportunities. Nothing from Christian Roberts here yet in the third quarter. Dayon Creel, big opening, and he barrels his way for a 16-yard gain all the way to the Braves 49 and enough for the first down. So if you missed it, homecoming presentation Boone High School occurred at halftime. We'd encourage you to check that out here on our broadcast in the future. That was a great moment. Obviously, that was supposed to happen last week, but the weather told otherwise. Owen Connell on the right side. He's got a seam, and he's got about 9 yards. He had to run a lot to gain yards on that one. They're going to call that a 7-yard gain, actually, so Braves will face 2nd and 3.
Is that the first time we've seen him run tonight? I believe so.
Yeah, they definitely haven't utilized Connell as much as they'd like to. It's been a lot of Christian Robertson and a lot of Dayon Creel. Connell in motion. They're going to fake the pitch to him, hand it off to Dayon Creel. He's got a first down all the way to the Wolves' 41-yard line.
A little halfback misdirection.
Yeah, Dayon Creel's been running nice here on this drive. Saw him pop off that 16-yard carry and got about 5 on that one for the Braves' first down. So Boone looking to make a statement here. Putting up some more points in the second half. Agnow's going to fake it to Connell. He's got some pressure. He shakes off a defender in the backfield. Oh, risky pass there. And they're going to say the Timber Creek defender was out of bounds.
He avoided 2 tackles. I think he was trying to get that out of bounds.
Yeah, I think he was trying to throw that one away.
Number 7, like Cam Chancellor, came all the way across the field.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you're throwing it away. You got to make sure it gets all the way out of bounds. That one was close. And I'm sure he heard an earful of it from Coach Johnson on the sidelines. So 2nd and 10. And not just lucky not to throw a pick that time. And off to Creel up the middle. Makes his way for about a 5-yard gain. And that's a nice gain on 2nd down. Saw him in the first half, he was getting about 2-3 yards per carry, but here in the second, he's popping off about 5 or 6 yards each time he gets the ball, and that's a huge difference. On first down, you can get 5 or 6 yards. That makes life so much easier in the next 2 plays. So 3rd and 5 here for the Braves. Possibly within field goal range. It's not for sure though after DeLuca missed one from about this area to close the first half. Agnostis carrying the ball to the left and more than enough for the first down. Nice job by him. He's looking pretty fresh on the ground here in the second half.
And I think that's just what they wanted. I mean, just trying to milk the clock. We're down to 2:54 left in the third, and we still haven't scored. But, I mean, it might show 13-0 on the scoreboard, but it's been basically pure domination the whole game.
Yeah, it really has. And Timber Creek still hasn't crossed midfield yet on offense. That's a true testament to what this defense has done in shutting down Timber Creek offense both mentally and physically. They're going to pitch it to the right to Dayon Creel. He's got another long gain. That's 8 yards on first down. Like I said, Keegan, that's a big play on first down. when you got a back that can get you 8 yards on first down,
That helps a lot.
it sure does, because now you got 2nd and 2. You got 2 plays to gain 2 yards, and with the way this offense has been playing, that's definitely manageable. So nice carry. Nice
I'm
carry there by
willing to
Dan
bet that Dayon probably has more rushing yards on this drive right here than he did the whole first half.
Yeah, he was definitely bottled up in the first, unlike, very uncharacteristic of him. And Timber Creek's going to call timeout here with 2:14 left to go in the 3rd quarter. So as is customary for the 3rd quarter, got the Braves drumline down there, laying down a pretty sick beat for the rowdy crowd. Always great to have them hyping up the fan section. Of course, the Bravettes, love to see them getting us hyped up here in the 3rd quarter. And how could we forget about Braves cheerleading team? Doing a great job. We saw Abby Hutzel, homecoming queen. And I'm not sure she's down there for the cheerleading team, but she's one of the senior cheerleaders. Very good for her. So, 2nd and 2 after a long day on Creole run. And Ignatius is going to fake the pitch. He's got Christian Roberts on the left. Gets the first down, but that might be a holding call. Saw that flag flying in there about the line of scrimmage. So that penalty will set them back 10 yards, and they have a 2nd and 12. That handoff to Creel. Got 4 yards on the carry, bring up a 3rd and 8. So that holding penalty, pretty big for the Braves, as they had a 2nd and 2. With 2 plays to gain 2 yards. Now they got a 3rd and 8 with 1 play to gain 8 yards. Monumental difference. So Ignatius back to pass. He's going to tuck it and run. Nothing there, though. And they're going to send out the field goal unit. Looks like Ignatius was looking for Woodall on that pass, but RJ not able to get open, and he was forced to tuck it and try to find as many yards as he could on the ground. So DeLuca set up at about the 30-yard line. Good snap. And that kick is good. That one was close, barely making it within the goalpost, but counts all the same. And a nice hold there by Jack Dixon, and Braves now lead by 3 possessions. 33 seconds here remaining in the third quarter. Braves on top, 16-0. DeLuca, onside kick. Oh, they had a man, and they got the kick. And that's Jacob Bruno snagging that one for the Braves, and I'd say it's safe to say that Timber Creek was not expecting that at all. Braves with a 16-0 lead. Nothing to lose. Their defense has proven to be unbeatable, and Coach Johnson just felt gutsy enough to draw up the onside kick, and that one was kicked perfectly and fielded perfectly. Great job by the special teams unit. And the Braves are now set up on the Timber Creek 25-yard line. I'll tell you what, Coach Johnson, he's never content with a lead. It's up 16-0. Braves have this one handled, and he wants more.
I believe he expects more too.
Pick the handoff to Connell. They're going to give to down Creel on the pitch, but he's wrapped up in the backfield. Loss of 3 on the play.
I believe he was trying to cut it back outfield, but he was taking the precaution and took 3 or 4 extra stutter steps to keep his balance, and that slowed him down enough for the defensive end to come off the edge and get him.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. Pretty quick one as Braves dominating the time of possession, and you know they're a running team, so that makes for some pretty quick action. Lots of running clock. So going to the fourth quarter, Braves lead 16-0, looking for their first victory against Timber Creek in 8 years. Looks like they have what it takes to pull it out. Their defense just needs to keep suppressing Timber Creek. And a touchdown on this drive would, I don't like to say they would end this thing, but it would give the Braves a lot of insurance in the long run. Dan Creel getting the ball. That's enough to get them back to their original starting point, but I'll bring up a 3rd and 10. So Timber Creek doing a nice job to suppress this offense following the surprise onside kick. And Ignacio feeding the pitch to the left. Oh, and he gets rocked in the backfield. Number 9 of the Wolves. Big sack on that one. That will force a 4th down and a big loss of yards, making the DeLuca field goal a little more uncertain. They'll send him out there either way. And Ignacio's trying to pump fake that one. So he's trying to buy some more time in the backfield, but Timber Creek defense not buying it one bit.
Coach Andy Johnson is not happy. He's seen way too many kicks tonight that should have been easy touchdowns.
Yeah, there's definitely been a lot of opportunity, just not a lot of execution on offense.
Another no good.
That one a miss.
Wow.
By DeLuca. Just short of the goalpost. Very frustrated there down on the field for DeLuca.
This is not a good scene. I mean, they're still up 16-0, but this is just crushing DeLuca's confidence.
I mean, he's made a 51-yarder though, so I mean, this has been a great game for him. Just a couple of, I mean, they've sent him out there for some very long kicks, especially for a high school kicker, and I think that shows their confidence more than him missing would lose their trust. So Timber Creek taking over. A great job on defense, and now they're picking it up on offense. Big gain on the run to the right. They got the first down, taking the ball all the way down to the Braves' 35-yard line.
And I think with that missed field goal, the momentum kind of settled down where Boone got the ball back off the onside kick and they were fired up, and that missed field goal just kind of cooled their jets.
Yeah, and the Braves really wanted to stomp out any hopes of Timber Creek coming back in this thing, and they failed to do that right there. 10 minutes left in this game. This game is very much within reach for Timber Creek, and especially now that their offense is kicking into gear. So that's their first time crossing midfield, and they do so on just 2 runs. So that run game starting to break down the Braves defense.
The Braves need a big player here to stop this momentum.
And when you let a team like Timber Creek stay in the game for this long, they're bound to start fighting, and they're bound to start grinding away at you. And that's what they're doing right here. Oh, that ball's on the ground. Bobbled in the backfield on the jet sweep. Braves gesturing that they got it, and no call from the referees yet. That's Braves possession. Fumble recovery by the Boone defense, and that's the momentum they needed. Great job by this defensive unit. Huge play by Coach Johnson's defense, and he knows it. Timber Creek was starting to look like they had a chance to score, and 16-7 is a lot different than 16-0, I'll tell you that much. So this Braves offense really just looking to kill some clock here. They're going to hand off to Dayon Creel out the middle. Ooh, he would have gained a lot of yards if he stayed on his feet. It's a 5-yard carry all the same. So the weather conditions for this game tonight have been less than sublime. Steady drizzle starting to come down now. Again, like we saw during the first half. We've seen a couple players slip on that wet turf surface. Small carry at the middle, that'll bring up a 3rd and 2. I wouldn't be surprised if they went to Dayon Creel. Try to wear it away at this defense for short gain. Big play here for the offense. They're going to give it to Creel. He uses his momentum to lunge out in front of the first down line to gain. They got it. Big carry by Creel. That keeps the clock moving.
And I think Coach Andy Johnson's just kind of feeding the hot hand right now, wasting this clock. I mean, he sees Dayon has picked up some steam lately with these carries.
Yeah, it's really been a tale of 2 halves. First half, we saw Christian Roberts, especially with that 43-yard touchdown run. He really got the majority of the carries. This half, Dayon Creel. And it looks like I spoke too soon as Christian Roberts taking that one on the pitch to the left. Gets about 4. Roberts being tackled out of bounds, so that'll stop the clock, not what the Braves want here on offense. Right now, 7 minutes, 41 seconds remaining in the fourth. Dayon Creel on the right, nothing doing there either. Number 9 again on the tackle for the Wolves. We already see him really get to Jackson Anagnostis in the backfield. And eventually force a missed field goal by DeLuca. That time he wrapped up pretty nice on Dayon Creel, forcing a 3rd and 8. Jackson Anagnostis running to the left. He's going to keep it and slide down. He slid down, though, well short of the line to gain. I don't know what he was thinking there. As you can see right there, that brings up about 4th and 4 for the Braves. They're going to decide to keep the offense out there as DeLuca's missed his last 2 field goals. So 4th and 4, Dayon Creel, the lone back. They have Owen Connell set out left and Christian Roberts on the right. Owen Connell in motion. Oh, and he got him on the hard count. Very clutch there by Anagnostis. We've seen him do it once in this game many times before. And that was a huge one.
We'll take a 1.
Sure will. And that Timber Creek coach is livid on the sidelines. So official timeout called here on 1st and 10 for the Braves there at the Wolves' 29-yard line with 5:55 remaining in the game. So we mentioned the Wolves 2-3 and 0-1 in their district. That loss coming against Winter Park, 28-22 loss, which is a pretty close game for a team of that caliber. Dayon Creel with a nice gain to the left. It's about a 9-yard carry. Winter Park, the opponent next week, in a key district away match. The Braves win tonight and next week, they cinch the division, so the district rather. So that's a big 2-game stretch for the Braves. Snap bobbled in the backfield. Jackson Anagnostis is going to fall on that one. Not something you see too often. That one looked like it wasn't too high. Jackson Anagnostis just not able to corral it. Wet conditions getting the best of him there. So now 3rd and 9 from the Timber Creek 28-yard line. Anagnostis rolling back deep, throwing it to Dayon Creel on the slip screen, and he's dropped to the line of scrimmage. They're going to call that a loss of 2 actually, and Braves offense still on the field. They're looking for a decision from the sidelines. 4:35 remaining. And the rain really starting to come down now.
Wow.
That rain sure seemed to come out of nowhere there, Keegan. And starting to settle down. Timeout called by Boone as they consider what to do here on 4th and long. Looks like it could be within DeLuca's range. He's kicked forward longer, but like I said earlier, missing his last 2 attempts. So Johnson with a tough decision on what to do about that. So they're going to keep the offense on the field here. Jackson Agnostis with Dayon Creel lined up behind him. He's going to roll right. He's got a man on the left. He's open, and that's a touchdown. R.J. Woodall. A huge score for the Braves with 3:56 remaining, and a perfect play call coming out of timeout. That's huge. 31-yard touchdown pass, and Agnostis connecting with R.J. Woodall. R.J.'s second catch of the game and his first for a touchdown. Agnostis' first passing touchdown as well. A little miscommunication on the PAT, so.
Hey, thank you guys. Thank you. Woo! Let's go, baby girl.
That score is going to stay at 22-0 after failed PAT. So on that 4th down play, the Braves showing that they're not just a running team. Agnostis has got an arm as well. Huge play there to really shut down this Timber Creek team and eliminate any hopes of a comeback. So having another touchback. Timber Creek starting at their own 20. So at this point, they'll just be trying to put some points on the scoreboard. Braves have shut out their last 2 opponents. They're looking for the 3rd straight. And they are hot right now, but Timber Creek fighting for pride here. They want at least 3. It's really demoralizing to see 0 in that guest column, especially in a district matchup. A jump pass there. Nice play call there by the Wolves, and they gained 12 yards and a 1st down. And you know they're thinking about the shutout down there on the Braves sideline. They want that 0 in the guest column. They're playing for some pride here too. shutting out 3 straight teams and 2 district teams is quite the feat. We're going to fake the jet sweep, hand it off, but there is nothing there. Jay Schwegheimer, the first to wrap up in the backfield. And not really any individual defensive efforts to write home about. I mean, Wesley Huddleston with the interception in the first half. That fumble recovery, obviously, but other than that, it's just been an overall great team effort on defense. Playing as one team with one goal to shut down this Timber Creek offense, and they've done that efficiently. 2nd and 15 here after the loss of 5. They're going to fake the jet sweep again. This time the quarterback's going to keep it, and nothing's different. Another loss. That time it's about 3 yards, so 3rd and 19 for the Wolves. So 3rd and 19 with under 2 minutes remaining. Wolves' chances of scoring are getting bleaker and bleaker. Quarterback just going to decide to tuck and run. He's got about 8 yards on that one. Definitely not enough for the first down, but I assume this is 4 down territory as they're trying to score here. They are going to keep the offense on the field, but there's only 1:20 remaining. They got to get a move on here. Timeout by the Wolves. And just another reminder, we got a lot of games coming up, and we got a lot of Boone Pubs live games coming up as well. Winter Park next week, big district matchup. It's probably the biggest game of the year for the Braves, other than classic Battle of the Barrel. And we'll be there to cover it. Braves taking on the Wildcats on the road at Showalter Field, but if you can't make it, don't worry, because we will. We'll be there broadcasting live, and we sure are excited about that. After Winter Park, they take on Lake Nona and Colonial. Colonial, a district opponent in Lake Nona. A very tough team. That's a rescheduled game after a rain postponement early in the season. So 4th down, they're going to look for the pass, and they're not going to find it. Devontae Booker, he's excited about that one. A great sack there to close out the shutout here for the Braves. 1 minute remaining, and I think that might do it here from Norton Baker Field. They're going to go into the QB kneel formation, I'd assume. And number 3, Agnosis, going to take a knee on that soggy turf. I think one more will do it. Home crowd that lasted out this rain, excited to see their Braves with another shutout victory. They'll take another kneel, and that's game. Braves win 22-0 under those Friday night lights. And that brings them to 5-1 on the season, 2-0 in their district. And you'd be a fool to say that this week hasn't been huge for the Boone Braves. Taking a 47-0 shutout victory of University on the road on Monday, and a 22-0 district victory against Timber Creek today. That's 2 district wins, their first 2 of the season, and they're going to enter Friday's matchup against Winter Park with a lot of swagger. And just a quick fact for you, Keegan. In the last 3 games, the Braves have outscored their opponents, wait for it, 108-0. I had to pull out my calculator for that one, but that's insane. Okay, that's like playing the freshman team. I mean, that's just unfair. The Braves have been at their best and really showing out here for this home crowd. Can't say enough about this Braves team. They're really showing up here in the month of October. So I think that'll do it for us from the booth here at Norton Baker Field. Just a reminder, I mean, I can't talk enough about how big this next game against Winter Park is going to be. But before we go, we'd be remiss to leave you without the classic Boone High alma mater. Here we go. And there it is. 3 straight shutout victories for the Braves, and they're feeling it down there. They're going to have one heck of a celebratory night tonight, and they deserve it. Playing some great football here, and we've been blessed to witness it. So signing out for Boone Pubs Live, as always, I'm Parker Fluke.
Keegan Elkins.
It's been a pleasure being with you here on Friday night, and we'll see you in a week. You don't want to miss it. Winter Park Wildcats. We'll see you there. That was